Right, thanks to Need a Car, please meet Craig Fingers Mullen, who's putting the fun back into drag racing, shifting lanes from an 8-second nitro altered to a 59 Studebaker gasser dubbed the Larkness Monster.
Well, actually it started, we took our altered Nitro 8 to Australia and do some racing over there. Met some Aussie guys, Damien Kemp, Steve Biggs with a couple, the loose cannon and the Thunderbolt. And when we saw them driving into the first track we raced at in Warwick, and both Andy and I looked at each other and said, now that looks like fun. That was when the plan was hatched in like 2013, I guess, and then the Lark turned up. Drag racing is definitely a bug. We were out of the sport for probably 3 years. We just parked the altered up for a while, and it wasn't until I started driving the gasser again that all those feelings came back, and I thought, oh wow, man, I really missed it, and never had so much fun since.
Perhaps the most curious part of Fingers' return to drag racing was the move to a slower car. Not exactly the usual progression in the sport.
Yeah, total opposite. It wasn't about the speed for us. We were running 8 seconds in the altered, but I won't say it got boring, but it got a little bit tedious, I guess. And just the work with it, we wanted something a little bit more user-friendly, less maintenance, and more fun. So yeah, there's plenty going on. It runs 10 seconds, 2 seconds slower, but there's plenty going on with 4 gears to change to, and lifting the front wheels. It's all go inside, and man, I'm grinning from ear to ear all the way down. The gases came about to raise the profile of the front end to transfer the weight to the rear tyres, because in the early days, the compound of the tyres was not what it is today. So they tried anything to try and move the weight to the rear to transfer the weight on the launch. So that's kind of how it started. Eventually it evolved to independent front ends, and the front started to come down again. But what we're all about is the early versions, nose in the air, nosebleed stance. The aesthetics of the class is a big thing what it's about. It's got to have a name, it's all the old cars in the old days had a name down the side. Yeah, definitely about the look. In fact, mostly about the look and the show more than anything. Yeah, and not about the ETs, which is why we like it.
A philosophy that Craig is far from alone in. Nostalgia gases are a big deal on the drag strips of the US, and have been for some time. But it's only been the last couple of years that things have really ramped up down these ways with the formation of the vintage gas class. And with vehicle personality a big part of the deal, Craig had a trump card to stand out from the rapidly growing pack.
I don't think anyone's going to have another 59 Studebaker Lark. They're a pretty ugly car, but turn them into a race car and they're grouse. I didn't have the time or the know-how, to be honest, to build my own. I know what I wanted it to do, and that was wheel stand, dry hops, like they did in the day. I wanted something built tough with the right gearbox, manual, 4-speed. So yeah, I had been watching this car for a long time, actually, lots of videos online, and I just kept coming back to it. It had everything that ticked the boxes. The price was a little high, and negotiating started, and that's, we did the deal. And I couldn't have been happier. So it's got a 400 Chevy, dart block, AFR, alloy heads, Jericho 4-speed, and a strange rear end. So yeah, strange centre section, 35 spline axles. So everything's kind of built to last. It's painted kind of a crappy Chevy orange, so it just looks like a standard motor, but if you have a close look, it's got some good bits in it, that's for sure. Yeah, it's got Carrillo rods and all the good gear, so yeah, definitely built to last, and it sounds pretty crisp, so it's a goodie.
And these unique drag cars also have a unique way of getting down the quarter. It takes a bit of adjustment from the altered.
The main thing with the Lark is it's all about getting the revs in the right range for wheel standing. I don't have a shift light or anything, so I've just kind of got a guess. So I had a bit of trouble, but yeah, by the time I got back into the nostalgias, I'd nailed it, and I know where it's got to be now. So yeah, a bit of seat time was all it took, really. If it's up in the air, don't take your foot out, keep your foot hard up it, and if you've got time, change your gear.
And now that Craig's found his way into the Larkness Monster's race seat, good luck getting him out of it.
You're dead right there. Yeah, I am a convert. yeah, I've definitely found a spot where I'm having so much fun compared to the other car. We may jump back in it, you never know, but yeah, we definitely found a spot where we want to stay, that's for sure.